Welcome to Trade Doc, Theta Options Trader, where I recap today's close, look at the futures, scan our ETF watch list, spot opportunity. This is for educational purposes only. You're responsible for your own trading. Today is Thursday, February 9th, 2017, and the markets, they closed all green with the Dow up. The Dow up 118 points up to 20,172. She actually got up to 20,206 at the peak here. The S&P was up 0.5%. Nasdaq was up over 0.5%, and the Russell led the way up 1.5%, peaking at 1379. Taking a look at the futures. I'm hoping this isn't as slow as it is. As you can see, the majors are all up, bonds are down, the VIX is down, getting smashed another 4.25%. Crude oil was up almost 1.5%. Natural gas was down 0.25%. Gold was down 0.5%. Silver was down almost 0.25%, as well as copper. The Nikkei was up 1.25%, almost 1.25%. The dollar was up 0.25%, and the other currencies were pretty much mixed. Soft metals down. The nickel was down almost 2%, and actually coffee was up almost 2%. Bitcoin got smashed almost 5%. Taking a look at the charts. Hopefully this is up as well. Oh my gosh. Oil was up 1%, hitting this resistance level here. And what I did was I put a short on it with DWT, that is the triple inverse of crude oil. So, I feel really good about that. Also here, an XOP did the same thing because they're pretty much correlated. Oil and the oil and gas explorers. And you can see they're coming down. Natural gas, I took some profits in today. And I'm still holding some natural gas. Kind of had some trading there, back and forth. Just taking some profits in natural gas, leaving 2/3 of a position. Gold actually picked up a little bit, but not enough to put a position in. I'm still long gold. Sold some. Junior gold miners, I actually took profits in that. So, I kind of took profits on the short side just because I seen it was breaking down. So for junior gold miners, this is taking profits. So I'm hoping that they come down into this price box. And actually, this was the profits that I took on this. So I'm actually removing that. So my options, I'd have no option strategy in junior gold miners, and no in GDX, and no triple leverage instruments going in that. Silver, I bought a little bit of silver, but not enough for me to put a mark on there. I'm starting to build up position. Energy sector was up 1%. XLU, this is something that I should have been doing like way back here, but XLU, I have no position in there, even though I should. XLI was up 0.75%. It's probably getting close. Might get extended a little bit, but it's getting close to put a position in that. Material sector was pretty much unchanged, still at that support level. Healthcare sector broke through this resistance and hit the second resistance level here. Here it might be a good place to short it. I mean, I would, but we'll see what the morning brings. Retail sector, real estate sector, I'm still short. They were up 1/4%, and this is pretty much lagging at this point. Just 1/4% up. Home builders is pretty much getting ready to be shorted here, so this is something that I would get short on, but they might follow the home builders or even fill this gap right here. So we'll watch that, but this is kind of like the range that it should be in, and then break down from that. Retail was up 1 3/4%, so they were strong, breaking all its daily averages, right back into this channel. So it's probably going to be trading this channel, finding some strength. Financial was up 1 1/4%. I'm still short financial, still short all the major markets. No phase in me. That's not even the spot, but eventually, and I say that all the time, eventually the reality is gonna hit, and it didn't make its all-time highs yet. The SPYs did, and this is something I did for the first time. I opened up that position, SPXS. That's a triple leverage short the S&P. And I opened up another options position right around here, but I don't have the green box shading yet. The Dow made another all-time high, so I'm gonna see the all-time high it was before, but I'm just gonna keep moving on here. The Qs was another one that I placed another short on, just added positions all the way across. But I'm still, having profits on other commodities. These is just like trivial plays. I didn't do anything here, but definitely I still have my position and it's still profitable, still gathering theta. Emerging markets was up almost 0.5%, and be looking to open up position there. Japan was down almost 1/4%, just 0.1%. China was up 1 1/4%, so they're definitely getting a little extended there. No position in China. India keeps holding this trend line, so I'm just waiting for it to break. They were up 0.5%. Russia was up 0.1%, and it looks like it's starting to lag a little bit. So definitely broke that trend line. And starting to do this wedge. Is still bullish, but we'll see if it stays beneath this trend line. It just closed underneath all these moving averages, and might be rolling over. Europe was down 1/4%, and that's pretty much expected, and they closed below that trend line, which is pretty much confirming that move. The British pound was down 1/4%, kind of trading up. So this is the new trend line there. This gap, they just closed out. So yeah, this channel is still good. And the dollar was up 1/4%, and we'll see if it can gather strength again. Not like the VIX. The VIX was down to the all-time lows.